Amit, welcome. Oh, I should say thank you for allowing us into your space, really.
Thank you
We've been
so
meaning
much.
to do this for a long time.
Long time. I'm really sorry. Yeah, it's remember some years
For a
back.
while, yeah,
for a
we've been
while,
trying to do this, but I'm glad. Better late than never.
Better late than never.
And I also kind of understand because you've had this incredibly busy year. Come to think of it, you've had a whole bunch of albums. You had Padman, you had Raid, you had Bhavesh Joshi, Fanne Khan, Helicopter, Ila, Blackmail, Andhadhun, Kedarnath. And I'm sure there were a few more. The one that popped, of course, was Manmarziyaan. I felt like that really became the album that everyone was talking about. And an incredible album because it just had it was such a mixed bag. Every track was incredible. The ones that immediately come to mind, of course, are Halla and Sachi Mohabbat and Dhyan Chand. But the one that became the anthem was Darya. It really became, and I think most people would agree, the song of the year. It's a song that that people just loved, no surprises. I want to ask you, Amit, what was it like creating that song? How long did it take to crack? And did you know that Darya was going to become this massive sort of anthem that it did become?
No, I didn't know. I usually don't approach my music like that.
Right.
I never think that what will be the outcome of it.
Right.
What will be when it releases, what will happen to it.
But when you finished composing it?
But I just, that for me in my mind at that point is just to serve this particular situation that has been given to me by the director. And as far as Darya is concerned, Anurag sir had shot this, and after he had shot that sequence, he sent me the footage.
Right.
And he said he sent ye situation you dekh le, on this I wanted to create a song. And what he had done, for reference, he had put one song, Amivirk's song.
Okay.
Kismat, Kismat, which is a beautiful song. So I told Anurag sir, this song is beautiful, Kismat. Why don't we buy this and use it? No, we need to create something better than this.
Okay.
Well, oh, that's a challenge now. But it happened because the way I was enjoying Darya happened, I think, the last song. It was the last song out of 14. That was the 12th, 13th song that I had.
Wow.
Which came right towards the end. So I thought the whole album process has been so beautiful and amazing, and I've enjoyed the whole process. It came, it just happened because I was in the flow.
Right.
The flow of it. And when it happened, when it came, I was very happy. This is good, nice, sounds good. Let's get, because I sung by Amivirk,
right,
Kismat, and it just feels perfect. The scene.
Let's get
him only.
Right.
So I called Amivirk sir and Paji, I loved your this Kismat song. So I would want you to come and sing this song for me. And Shahid had already done the dummy for it.
Right.
So when Amivirk came, he sang the whole thing. So Anurag sir heard it and he said, we thought that we should keep both, because both have beautiful their voice and essence is there. So we kept both, and Shelly Paji, while writing it, he kept saying while it was being made that ये ना फूके हुए आशिकों का anthem है. तो मतलब क्या भाई फूके हुए आशिकों का anthem क्या होता है? मतलब I didn't I was not thinking like that. So
sure.
Yeah, maybe let's see. I don't know. There are other songs also. My favorite is Halla and Choch Ladiya. I don't know. This might be, but then you never know what works, how it works. So it's still, it amazes me. It's a beauty, I guess.
Were you surprised that Manmarziyaan didn't get as much love as it should have got at the end of the year with the awards? You know, I really was heartbroken. I mean, I felt like this is the album of the year. Every song was incredible, and I know that there have been some awards, but I sort of expected a clean sweep. As far as the music awards were concerned, I thought it's the year of Manmarziyaan.
I thought, because it started off, the first award was the screen, and I got that.
Yeah.
And after post that, there was a few more which I got, which I thought, But then, no, with Filmfare it didn't happen. A lot of other awards didn't happen. I'm okay with that. Again,
you don't do it for awards.
Never. Because I just love the process. I'm here to serve cinema and I'm here for directors. I'm a director's guy. And for cinema, I'm here for that. And if it works, it works. If it fetches me an award, it's all fine. If it doesn't, I'm absolutely neutral and normal.
But you can be objective. Can you be objective?
It feels sad.
And look at what the competition is and say, really, that one over this?
No, I genuinely thought Padmavat was a good album, because I heard all the songs, Binte Dil or Ghumar, or there was Ek Dil Ek Jaan. They were really nicely, beautifully composed songs, nicely produced songs. and that scale was large, epicness was there. Of course, there's commercial box office factor also which comes in play.
Right.
So that way, it was a successful film and in the album. So losing against that was I didn't think it was I felt that miserable. But if I had lost against some remixed albums, then it would have pinched me and hurt me bad.
That's actually the reason. One of the reasons I felt especially kind of disappointed is because I felt that the juries didn't use this as an opportunity to reward originality. It would have been a great opportunity because this was an incredibly original album. Every song was different, and in a business where anyway originality is fast losing its importance, this would have been a great sort of way to talk about to reward originality.
My wife, what she said, because there were many categories these days, they kind of awarded Vicky Kaushal also, Ayushmann Khurrana also, Ranveer Singh also, Ranbir Kapoor also, Gujral also, everybody.
Right.
So why couldn't they give it to Padmavat and Manmarziyaan?
Right.
That's what he said. Yeah, that makes sense if they can give all the actors.
True.
So that feels bad because we are everything. Everybody feels that. All composers and singers feel that. Actors in the hierarchy, they are like right on the top. Everything comes. That's
no one else is. That's right. That's right. It's all about the actors.
It's all about the actors, and it really hurts because we invest too much time and too much.
True. Every department actually works
every
very
department,
hard.
I think much more than that. It's a 2-year-long process to work on a film. Every film demands minimum 18 to 24 months of investment.
Right.
Time, energy, blood, sweat, everything. But everything, actors take away everything. That bridges everybody. So that's what I felt they could have given it to Manmarziyaan also.
Right.
But it's fine. It's all good.
We were talking about originality, and you said that it would have broken your heart if you had lost to something that was a remix album or an album with many remix songs. One only has to look around to see that it seems like the only thing that's happening in Hindi film music is remixes. It seems like every single album has at least one, if not more, remixes and whatever. I mean, they call it all sorts of names, refashioned. Somehow the justification seems to be that, well, we're introducing these songs to a new generation, which I think is actually quite lame.
It's very lame. See, there's a trend always. When Tum Hi Ho became hit in 2013, that was the benchmark, and all producers and directors and labels were like, aise gana chahiye, aise gana chahiye, aise gana chahiye. Then Teri Galiyan and thousands of songs were coming out on those lines. So when anything becomes successful, we have this tendency in industry, I think everywhere, it's human tendency, I guess. When anything becomes successful, that somehow becomes a formula, and everybody wants to run behind. 95% people run behind that. Only 5% people are there who have the balls to no, I don't want to follow that. I'll do my own thing. And when one of those 5% when they do their own thing, that becomes a trend, and this 95% go there. Follow that. So it's a herd mentality, as we know. The remix is nothing but that. I guess there was some song, maybe one of the songs which became hugely popular, and that set a benchmark, and this is the formula, new formula.
Right.
So
let's all do it.
Everybody is going there now till it's completely exhausted and done and dusted with, which I don't know when. I'm waiting that day comes soon. When someone else now, like how Gully Boy has brought a new thing.
That's true.
Now I told you, somebody has the balls to bring in that
something different
to start a new trend.
A new trend, yeah.
So Gully Boy now is going to change that slowly, and the hip hop revolution has happened, and there's a completely new thing has emerged.
True.
So I hope that slowly but surely we'll move towards that.
Right. I want to continue talking to you about remixes, but before that, I feel like you have to give us a few lines of Darya, which is my favorite song of last year and many years actually.
सारा जग छड़ के बस तैनू ही है चुनिया, सारा जग छड़ के बस तैनू ही है चुनिया, बस तैनू ही है चुनिया, तैनू ही है चुनिया, लख कया दिल नू पर फिर भी है अड़िया, लख कया दिल नू पर फिर भी है अड़िया, हो बह गया हंजू आधा दरिया ओ तेरे लड़की की नहीं करेया ओ वेख जीते जी मैं मरेया ओ बह गया हंजू आधा दरिया
Such an incredible song. Such an incredible song.
Thank you so much.
You know, I was talking to Tanishq Bagji and DJ Chetas about remixes. They've done a lot of these sort of reimaginings, remixes, and they were saying that they sort of squarely put the blame on producers and labels, saying that there's a lot of pressure from the producers and the labels to do remixes. Tanishq was telling me, and he's done the most remixes, he said that very often he tells a film producer, I have an original song in mind, let me do this. And they go like, no, we need this song to be an instant chartbuster. We don't have the time for this song to grow and become a hit. Let's just do a remix. Do you not face a similar pressure?
Yeah, I have. I have in Fanne Khan.
Right.
I have done
where you
Halka
did your
Halka,
one, yeah.
And I was completely against it, and I was asked to do two because the pressure was from the label.
Yeah.
From the label, Bhushan sir wanted that way, and he Rakesh Umbragar told me we have to do this. And sir, I don't do this. I cannot do this. I somehow managed to escape one, which is that Chama Hai Mohabbat.
Right.
Which
Tanishq did.
I can't do this. But then Halka Halka, I said, just for you, Mehra sir, just for you I'll do this, and I don't want to do this again and again. I had done it in Queen.
Correct.
But Queen, it was not a trend,
right?
Or it was part of a screenplay.
Part of the story, right?
Part of the story,
right.
and it was a very important part of the story.
Correct.
She's in Paris, and some Bollywood song plays in the
playing
club,
there, right.
and she goes and she kind of dances
to
it. So that made sense.
Yeah.
With the scheme of things. Here, it is just forcefully trying to put, because you want numbers, you want hits, you want the business, basically. So that kind of doesn't work well with the composers. At
Correct.
least. So
but what they were saying to me is that if they don't do it, someone else will, and that's the kind of pressure. Now, how do you sort of say no to that? I mean,
I'm okay. I would rather say, please, someone else, please do it. Right. I don't want to do it.
Right.
I'm completely different. I'm okay at sitting at home, not doing anything. Right. I am not insecure that way. Please, someone. I told my director also, please go to Tanishq. He'll do it for this. I don't want to do this because I can't do this. I've already done one favor, and you ask me to do another one. I can't do this. And since then, I have decided that whoever comes, whatever happens, I am not going to do this, because ultimately, गाली हमको खाना पड़ता है.
Yeah.
It's nobody.
At the end, the composer gets.
Nobody will tell label or producer. They don't even know.
True.
It's the composers now. Maximum backlash Tanishq will be getting.
Yeah.
Chetas will be getting. Bhale the songs are hit and it's playing in the clubs and everywhere.
But the general opinion on the street is that there is a creative bankruptcy in the music business.
Creative bankruptcy, absolutely, and they are getting all the backlash. So ultimately, who's suffering? We are only suffering, composers. So I said no, it's okay. Don't give me work. I'm happy. I'll do something else.
But then what is required, Amit? Is it also important to have a director who is very firm? I mean,
very important.
I would imagine the same pressure would be on someone like Anurag as well. But obviously he puts his foot down and says, is that what's needed then? A director with a vision and someone who has a spine.
Absolutely. Here we had Anurag as well as Anand Rai.
Right.
And both are like really powerful filmmakers in their own right.
Right.
So I'm glad and I'm really, really thankful to both of them that they didn't let that happen to Manmarziyaan at least. And so that Gattu and Ronnie Screwwala for Kedarnath. But this pressure is still there because it's a trend, because it's fetching them the business and the money and the numbers. It's all the number game. It's fetching them that jab tak wo kar raha hai, until the time it's doing that, it's going
but
to
does
stay.
it make you cynical? Does it disappoint you that also today, unfortunately, the only yardstick for measuring a song's success is YouTube views.
Numbers.
It's YouTube views, and that feels like a bit of a skewed kind of yardstick.
It's a strange yardstick. 300 views,
Correct.
400
views,
million.
Right. There's no way to know, first of all, how those views have come.
No, there are many bad songs. You and me might not like it.
That's right.
But they have
become very popular.
They have 400 million views, and you are like, what the hell is going on? But then that's become a yardstick.
Right.
That's the really strange and wrong way of gauging a song's success. But that's how it's become these days. It's all about numbers. So there's no other way to figure out.
To measure, yeah.
Me and Amitabh, we always believe in one thing since the beginning till now. Well, I only know when the song is successful when people text me.
Right.
People who are honest, people who are genuine, people who have taste in music, who have taste in life.
Right.
If they text me and tell me what this is a good job, and that keep happening repeatedly over the period of time for that particular song, that's when I know, okay, boss, this is a successful song.
Right.
We don't see this
by numbers.
That's not.
Does it make you unpopular in the business then? With labels, with producers, with other composers?
I am absolutely. My songs have not touched 50 million. Rarely my songs must have touched 50 million.
Really?
Yeah, rarely. Rarely. And I'm absolutely fine with it. I'm absolutely okay
But
with
they
that.
have such a long shelf life.
Absolutely. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Today, when I perform on stage or wherever I go, people talk about so many songs that have, and they talk so strongly, they stand by it, strongly for it, and they still, it's part of their playlist and everything. Udaan and Lutera and Dave D and Bombay Velvet and so many such. It's still part of their playlist. This is my reward, and this is enough. I don't need 200 million hits.
Right. Can I ask you for a few lines of another song which was absolutely tremendous, which again became this huge hit this last year, Andhadhun, Naina Da Kya Kasoor.
अरे अभी अभी प्यारा सा चेहरा दिखा है, जाने क्या कहूँ उस पे क्या लिखा है, गहरा समंदर दिल डूबा जिसमें घायल हुआ मैं उस पल से इसमें, नैना दा क्या कसूर वे कसूर वे कसूर, नैना दा क्या कसूर वे कसूर वे कसूर, नैना दा क्या कसूर वे कसूर वे कसूर, है दिल तू बता रे, नैना दा क्या कसूर वे कसूर वे कसूर, नैना दा क्या कसूर वे कसूर वे कसूर, नैना दा क्या कसूर वे कसूर वे कसूर, है दिल तू बता रे. Hi.
What a lovely song. What a lovely song in a really good album again. That was another, and you know, like we were talking earlier, it feels like Andhadhun was the sort of perfect combination, right? When the film works, people love the performances, they love the film, and they love the music. Then it sort of, was that your most, would you say that was your most successful album of last year?
Yeah, that way, most satisfying album. Actually, of course, even Manmarziyaan was, or Kedarnath was, and others were. But this, because film worked, and I always feel that really strongly, that we are in the business of making, it's for serving cinema, making films.
Correct.
And if that works, nothing, there's no better happiness and satisfaction than. So in totality, Andhadhun was like a complete
package
of full satisfaction that everything sat together.
Are there times when you're sort of heartbroken when something that you worked on and something that you actually personally think is very good doesn't become as popular as it should because the film didn't work?
Yeah, I do. Of course, it does. Many times it has happened.
Are there specific instances where you felt like, I wish this film had done well because the music was really good as well?
Yeah, many.
Bombay Velvet, I know that's very close to your heart.
Yeah, Bombay Velvet was like one major turning point of my life, I would say. Major jolt that a huge, what do you call, a roadblock? I don't know.
Yeah.
Something that like hit me, a setback that hit me really hard. because jazz is the first new thing, like how hip hop came with Gully Boy. That was a new thing that I was bringing for Hindi cinema.
Right.
And I tried my level best to combine the two worlds, not making it absolutely jazz, because I'm not a jazz musician.
Sure.
But I learned a lot of jazz during those times. I was listening to a lot of standard jazz from Ella Fitzgerald, Frank Sinatra, and many Nina Simone and all those people. I was just only listening to that music, and I was tripping on that music, and I was learning a lot and trying to create something which was never been done in the, at least in Hindi films. And I thought, maybe I also had a feeling, because jazz has honestly, there's a very few population who listen to jazz music in the world.
It's not the most popular.
It's not the most popular genre.
Form, right.
I was scared and skeptical कि ये कैसे चलेगा यहाँ पर in India में कैसे चलेगा? It's not the people don't have taste.
Right.
Taste buds नहीं है. But I was proud and happy because the process, Aji, was so beautiful. I had the most amazing time creating that music. I was in Prague for many days. There were some 100 musicians there, and all European musicians. That was so much of learning. There was so much of that experience was so beautiful. I have like no words to explain. So the process itself was so beautiful. I thought this will do something.
Right.
When it will come out, maybe it will give maybe there's a new thing which we have done. We have tried to do.
True.
But it fell flat because the film didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And everything got washed away.
Yeah.
With that, and it hit hard. That really hit me hard.
But you have this great sort of partnership with Anurag, don't you? Where you all have done. The film really that put you on the map was Devdi. In 2009, that was the album that sort of made everyone sort of take notice. You'd done some work before that. You'd done Amir, and I think you'd done maybe one or two films. Only Amir. This was the one that put you on the map. No one at that time was experimenting in the way that you all had on that album. It was clearly a new sound. What you did with Emotional Atyachar, I mean, the brass band, the idea of using the wedding band as the major instrument, the predominant instrument in that song. What is it about this partnership? I mean, and now Manmarziyaan, I mean, Bombay Velvet. Do you all just have a great working relationship? Is it just you all understand each other very well?
Great working relationship, because whenever I say this many times, that whenever I'm with him, I genuinely, naturally and organically feel that I've got wings to fly, because he gives that freedom, and he lets you be. He never starts with I want to hit music, I want commercial music. That's the last thing that he'll come up with. He was, let's do something that we've never done, nobody has done.
That's so empowering, actually.
That's very empowering. And like you feel, oh wow, there is somebody who talks like this.
Actually,
thinks like this. So that feels really great. And then I go all out, and I don't think about anything. There is no there is no boundary or
Correct. Then you can just, your mind is
set. ये commercial होना चाहिए. This is niche. This is whatever this terminology.
Right.
Pause to all that. Just keep flying wherever it takes you. And that's the result. What Devdi and Bombay Velvet and Manmarziyaan album is, and I'm totally proud and cherish for the rest of my life these albums, because the process of creating them was the most beautiful. End result thankfully was good.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because the process was so beautiful.
Right. You know, you've said that for you the starting point when you're starting on an album or starting on music, the starting point is always the director or the script, and that you really completely get into it. When you have a complete understanding of it, that's from where the songs are born. You know, back in the day, all music composers used to say, "Hamare paas peti hai." We have a trunk of songs, and they'll play everything to the. So those days are sort of gone. Or
no, those days are still there. There are a lot of people still work on they have a lot of bank. They create new songs, hit songs, and see wherever it fits. Most of the composers don't even know which film their songs are going. So that's still there. It still exists. But I cannot function like that. For me, I read the script, I understand the film, and that's where my mind starts working. My mind doesn't work that way, the way they works.
Right.
कि ऐसे गाना बनाओ, hit गाना बनाओ और बेचो. It doesn't
work with that, right. It has to belong to that world.
It has to belong to it. I need something to latch on to.
Right.
अच्छा ये world है.
Correct.
I'll go in this.
Into that, yeah.
That's how I've been all these years, and that's come from Rahman school, because I have been a huge only followed A.R. Rahman sir. I've since 1990 to 93, when I was like a 14-15-year-old kid, that bug had hit me, and I only followed him. I have not heard any other music, and never been interested only in any other Bollywood music.
Right.
Because he brought.
You've said he's been the predominant influence in your.
All my life.
In fact, you've said that when you're composing, you have to take him out of your head, so that your music doesn't start to sound that you're not influenced by his.
Because
work.
I was too consumed by his
music.
While I was growing up. Raat ko, daytime, headphones. I'm just listening to him. I'm only understanding, learning, learning the aspect of how to create music and everything. that's what I've done all for 93 till the time I got. So he's so much in my system.
Right.
So I thought, no, when I have to now consciously cut that that connection, that thread.
You know, I'm going to ask you for a few lines from another song, which, again, an album that was wonderful and a song that was really lovely, beautiful ballad, Kafirana from Kedarnath.
Okay. Okay. इन वादियों में टकरा चुके हैं हमसे मुसाफिर यूं तो कई दिल ना लगाया हमने किसी से किस्से सुने हैं यूं तो कई ऐसे तुम मिले हो जैसे मिल रही हो इत्र से हवा काफिराना सा है इश्क है या क्या है हाँ ऐसे तुम मिले हो जैसे मिल रही हो इत्र से हवा काफिराना सा है इश्क है या क्या है
Lovely song. And another very underrated album. I feel like that album deserved more love as well.
Yeah, I thought it was a good film.
It was.
It needed to do work even more. I felt it did well. It did work, but
should have done better.
Yeah, should have done better. I thought it's not a bad film.
Yeah. Now I want to ask you, Amit, what is the difference between inspiration and plagiarism? It feels like that's a conversation, and it feels like it's a fine line. Also, a lot of artists believe that inspiration is something you can't escape from. I mean, life is, you go through life watching and listening, and I mean all your senses are on, so you can't escape inspiration. But what's the difference? You know, I remember talking to Zoya Akhtar once, and I think it was Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. She had been accused of plagiarizing another film, and she was talking about how, she said it's not. She said just because it's a road trip, or it's because 3 friends going on a road trip in a car, it doesn't. She was explaining to me how when it's plagiarism, when you plagiarize something, the artist knows he's plagiarized. You know, it's a very conscious decision.
Correct.
Whereas inspiring, I mean, where you know, everything is an inspiration. As an artist, are you constantly conscious, constantly worried that what I'm doing should not sound like something else, and that I better take out the influences from my head? Is that a worry that's always in the head?
Most of the time, as I've said, I don't draw any inspiration. Actually, I take it from the blank space, and it comes from the script. That situation inspires me. That's my inspiration point. Whatever the situation I'm dealing with. But there are cases, like for emotional attachar, there was a reference. These days, a lot of directors give references.
Correct.
And those references do inspire you. Now, a lot of people and a lot of places I have seen, they directly lifted the same thing, and that's plagiarism.
Right.
Now, I was given Om Darbadar, the song, which is to create emotional attachar.
Right.
I was given Kismat by Amir to create Darya.
Right.
But now I got inspired by those two.
Correct.
And I created a whole new world out of that. Maybe it belongs to the same world, but they have their own individual standing.
True.
It's not like totally lifting from what that is. So yeah, there is a huge difference. You, as an artist, you do get inspired by a lot of other people's work, which is beautiful out there, and you kind of aim, you know, in your head, wow, I want to achieve something like that. So you work towards that. So if you are honest in your inside you,
right,
and with the integrity, so you consciously, subconsciously, you will not plagiarize.
Right.
You will find your own way of dealing with it.
On the occasions that people have made those kind of allegations, has that been disappointing to you because you've not been able to communicate the difference between being inspired and plagiarizing?
I have been accused at one point
during Lutera.
During Lutera, and I tell you that incident, it was a strange thing that had happened in my life at that time. It was, maybe I was destined for it.
Yeah.
We were Vikram works a lot on theme, and me and Vikram, we both were struggling to find the theme of the film.
Yeah.
And he had given me 1 minute teaser, which I had worked a lot on it. I created one draft for him. It worked for him, but it didn't work for Vikas.
Yeah.
Another draft worked for Vikas, but didn't work for him. So it was not working for.
Right.
So after a few brainstorming sessions, we were in Goa, and Vikram just in Goa told me, "Arey, we can use that. We have such a nice throwaway piece that you put in the song Shikayat Hai.
Right.
Why can't we use that?"
It is a portion of that, yeah. Yeah.
So why can't we use that? So which song? I don't remember which part you're talking about. It's after the antara.
Yeah.
Tarararara, Dameer ki kahani hai ye. Just before that, one small thing I had just
Put it there, yeah.
because I thought my antara finishes. I don't want to do a typical thing. I want to do a nice small thing and go back to the.
Right.
But that for him was like the theme material. But,
to sort of expand that and make that the theme.
And expand it.
Right.
I did not think about it. And we worked on it, and it worked out, and it was beautiful.
It is beautiful.
And it released, I go to YouTube section and I hear the comment, copy. Who is this One Day and Rachel Portman.
Right.
I have never heard in my life about Rachel Portman. Never seen this film One Day. Nor has Vikram seen. Nor Anurag sir has seen.
Right.
We all got very, very stressed. What is this? Ye kahan se aa gaya?
Yeah.
So now what to do? I thought no, let's take it back. I'll create something new.
Right.
If this is similar to, it's coincidence. It's a sheer coincidence.
It can be. Yeah.
It was a coincidence, and because I will not to create a song Shikayat Hai for that small section. I don't need to go to One Day and Rachel Portman to copy that and do. I can't do. I am not that guy.
Right.
It just happened. It was very strange coincidence that happened. But then Vikram said, "No, let it be now. Play on the front foot. Now it's gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
No, you can't do anything. It's out there now." But because now
I remember Anurag telling me that the media destroyed him. They said, he's an honest guy who didn't absolutely copy, and he said that incident apparently he said
took a toll on him. Because after the teaser, I had to do the entire score. I told Vikram, sir, this is the theme we are going to build the entire film on.
Right.
And if this is the case with this, it's now people are thinking it's because I have no way to prove it.
Yeah.
Because it's a coincidence. Because nobody will believe me it's a coincidence. And it's possible two people can think the same thing. It's quite possible. Which people don't. People are very easy to judge.
You should give the benefit of the doubt to the person who hasn't made a habit. You may not give the benefit of the doubt to someone who doesn't, who's a habitual repeat offender.
Absolutely.
But in the case of someone who hasn't,
and who's
known for his originality,
absolutely.
It feels unfair.
I felt very bad. People are ready to jump and judge, but it's fine. It's not their fault. It's right there. Rachel Portman and Rutera is right. Both are in front of you. There is no way for me to explain. And that's come before,
right?
And maybe this is the destiny. Maybe
it was a beautiful album. It was an incredible album. I'm going to ask you to give us a few lines from literally one of my favorite songs of all time, Zinda Hu.
मुझे छोड़ दो मेरे हाल पे, मुझे छोड़ दो मेरे हाल पे, जिंदा हूँ यार काफ़ी है, जिंदा हूँ यार काफ़ी है, मुझे छोड़ दो मेरे हाल पे, मुझे छोड़ दो मेरे हाल पे, जिंदा हूँ यार काफ़ी है, जिंदा हूँ यार काफ़ी है. Sorry for that.
Oh, what a lovely song. Gosh, always gives me goosebumps. Always gives me goosebumps.
And the trivia people don't know. Nana Da Kya Kusur and Zinda, both Mukhras written by me.
Oh wow.
And the Antaras were then taken over by Jagdeep Sahani and Amitabh Bhattacharya.
Right. I feel like you've changed a lot. Do you feel like that?
A real lot. Yeah, I'm. I don't know. It's a.
I'm sort of enjoying the new Amit Trivedi. I have to say something. You used to be so shy. I'm going to remind you of something. I don't know if you remember. Years ago, we were going to do the music roundtable. I had everyone's dates, including A.R. Rahman's, who's your idol. And you wouldn't do it. And your excuse was that you were very busy. And I kept thinking, surely he can take 1 hour out. But I've sort of figured that you just were not comfortable. You just didn't want to do it. You jinxed my one chance to do a music. And then I scrapped it. I promised you I won't record it without you, and we didn't.
There's a reason behind it. There was a very strong reason behind it. I've said this many times. When I was creating music for Dave, and from studio to home, it was a 40-minute drive for me. And while I was driving back home, I used to put on FM. This is 2007 I'm talking about. While I was creating music for Dave, it took me 18 months to 2 years. And every day I go home and I listen to the music that's going on in the market, and versus what I'm doing in the studio has no connection.
Right.
Has zero connection. What the hell? I swear to God, I said, what the hell am I doing?
Right.
I'm going to fall badly. I think this is going to be my first and last.
Right.
I might have to start thinking about doing something else, because this is not going to, just not going to work. And I had withdrawn, and I thought कि ये तो कुछ चलने नहीं वाला है. Maybe 1 or 2 songs. And Emotional Tachar was like the most hated song for me. I never liked it. I don't know क्या बन रहा है ये, क्या हो रहा है? This is my debut. Let's see, we'll see whatever happens. But the whole thing changed so drastically for me, so drastically that it was too overwhelming to get so much attention from all over the place, from media, from the industry, from the biggest who's and who of the industry, from the directors to actors, producers. I'm like, dude, don't wait. I'm not ready. It
was very overwhelming.
It was too overwhelming. It's like thrown at you. So what happened in that situation, I got not defensive, I would say. It threw me away.
Right.
No, I can't. Wait.
And sort of receded.
I receded. I'm not ready for it yet. So it took me a lot of time. It took me years to get comfortable, sit and talk to anybody.
And now you're lovely. I have to say, everyone loves the new Amit Trivedi.
It's 11. Yeah, it's taken 10, 11 years to get here. It's slow and steady.
Better late than never.
Yeah, better late than never.
Amit, before we go, I want to ask you to give me another song, give us a few lines of a song which, actually you were a guest composer on that. You just did the one song. I'm talking about Ik Tara. I remember at that time, Wake Up Sid, the music came out and everyone liked the music. And then Ik Tara came out and you're like, whoa, that's the song. And it sort of made that album. And I remember the original composers being not so thrilled. Who is this upstart who's kind of stolen our thunder?
I don't know. I had the beauty of Ehsan and Loya and Shankar sir.
Yeah.
Amir had just released.
Right.
And the moment Amir released, they were the first ones to call me. We met. They asked me to meet me at Bandra. What is that? 5-star hotel.
Land's End. Right.
For a drink. And it was such a sweet gesture by them. What? I've been called by Ehsan and Loy, and it's my first film. And how appreciative they were of, and how they were so sweet, and so they were like totally tarif. They were like, how do you do the music of Amir? Because they were really impressed by it. And I was like, this is like after AR sir, I have looked up to them because they are my most favorite composers.
Sure.
And they're like most beautiful, most original, and most honest composers.
Correct.
Since the Rockford, that till now, till Razi, and it's just beautiful. They're two beautiful composers. And to hear from them was like a big deal for me. I was again shy, sitting there quietly. Ehsan is talking, Loy is talking, there was some other person also who had joined. And all the time I was quiet and I was just in awe. And they just happened to ask me, what are you working on? I am right now working on this 18-song mammoth album called Dave D. Okay. They
didn't take it seriously. Anurag Kashyap ki picture hai. Kaun dekhne wala hai? Kaun sunne wala hai?
And then, and Amir, of course, Ehsan Loy also were impressed, but at the same time, Ayan Mukherjee immediately called me.
Right.
So he also heard Amir and like, wow, this music is great and whatever, who is this guy? Let's go and check with him for the score.
Right.
So Ayan had come to me to just do the background score.
Right.
Songs were already done. So they had told me, I want you to compose music for my film, but our music has already been done by Shankar. Well, wow, great. I love their music. I'm more than happy to do the background score. But he kept asking me, do you have any piece of music, because I'm shooting now, which a song is also fine, a piece of music is also fine, anything is fine. Just give me something. Just give me something I want to shoot. So I thought he'll need a score or kind of a sort of a thing for him to maybe shoot. But I don't know what happened to me at that point. I was reading the script. Of course, I read the script. I reading the script, and songs were mentioned. And at that point, I felt from inside, there should be one song here also. It feels like a song here.
Right.
But they have not mentioned it in the script. And there are only 4 songs, which I've already heard. It's there. I've seen in the film. Ye to reh gaya hai. Maybe let me try. Maybe let me try to create. I created it, and I presented it to Ayan, and I said, asked me for anything.
This is what I could.
I came up with this. So maybe, and I see this place. This is the right place where it works.
It's right.
It fits for me. Up to you. You are the director. And so he said, it's brilliant.
Yeah. It is an incredible song. Yeah.
And then everybody felt that. Even Karan sir felt that, and Ranbir felt that. I'm like, oh, what have I done? Then later on I realized, what the hell have I done? Not thinking that I did not know it will become the most popular.
Or that it would be used.
That I had no, but I felt, it's a little unethical ho gaya mujhse.
Right.
I shouldn't have done this, and I really felt bad for doing that. And since then, because I know how it feels, since then I've been avoiding. Now it's become a trend.
Correct. Yeah, everyone is. Yeah. You've actually tried not to do that. You try not to do that.
I tried because I've experienced that, and
you've been on the other side.
I've been on the other side. I felt what SEL must have gone through, and because I respect them and love them too much.
Right.
Well, boss, this can happen to me also. It can happen to anybody. But now it's a normal. Now it's a normal thing. It's become a.
Right.
It's the way of life.
It's the way of work. Yeah. Ek taraf.
Oh God, ek taraf. I'll listen the other version, the male version.
Okay, yeah.
रूह का पंजारा रे परिंदा छड़ गया दिल का रे गरौंदा छड़ गया दिल का रे गरौंदा तोड़ के वे गरौंदा तोड़ के गया छोड़ के जनैना करूँ बंद बंद बह जाए बूंद बूंद जनैना करूँ बंद बंद बह जाए बूंद बूंद तड़पाए क्यों सुनाए गीत मल्हार दे वे मलंग तेरा एक तारा 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 वे मलंग तेरा एक तारा.
Terrific song, and still so much. I think that's the quality that the best songs have. That they're timeless in that sense. That it still has the same impact that it did with the first time you heard it.
Yeah. Now this is what you are saying means much more to me than our 500 million views hits on YouTube.
Right.
That's what.
And I think most of your fans feel that way. Thank you so much, Amit. I really enjoyed this. Many congratulations. I really feel that Manmarziyaan was literally the album of the year. My favorite song, Darya. But lots more coming up. I know that among other things, you're actually writing now. You're possibly for possibly a music-based show. Scripted. For one of the OTT platforms. That's an interesting sort of direction that you're going in.
Yeah. That's something that I've been working on, and it's not a musical film.
Right.
It's a love story.
Okay.
And it's a love story that I'm writing, and I'm not a writer as such.
Right. But you have an idea.
I have no idea, no knowledge. But reading scripts all this while, little bit. समझ में अच्छा ऐसा होता है.
Right.
So,
but that's nice that you're sort of you're broadening. You want to do other things.
I want to do other things. So yeah. So I'm going to get a proper writer in place on board to. I'm still an amateur.
Correct. To put structure to it.
And then create whatever. It's got for now it has 14 episodes.
Okay.
To it. Then it works very well. It's not a film. So it works very well for this OTT platforms.
Right.
So I don't know how it's going to go. I'm still working on it. So it's called it's I don't want to take the name,
sure.
but something and 14 songs of their life.
Okay.
So
So it's like it's like one love story and the songs of their life. That sounds actually really lovely. Yeah.
And it's 14 songs is what I'm focusing on.
Right.
That's my area of expertise.
Correct.
This writing is not. Right. I'm still.
No, but nice that you're sort of dabbling into that and sort of trying your hand at it. All the best. There's no reason why you won't be successful if you apply sort of the same rules. Want to be original, want to try something new, put your heart into it as you do. I don't see why you won't succeed. Thank you so much. Thank you for bringing so much sort of happiness in our lives through such incredible songs which we love and which have sort of stood the test of time. I feel like we're going to be listening to some of these songs for a long time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Amit. Really enjoyed this. Thank you.
Means a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.